Welcome to Sir Petso tutorial. In this video we are going to construct different types of angles and shapes. For you to construct, should have a protractor with well sharpened pencil and a ruler. Let's start by construction of 60 degrees. So let's construct an angle of 60 degrees at this point to the right side. Want to construct 60 degrees to the right side of this point. Right. Take your protractor with well sharpened pencil. Then come to this point like this. Then you want to construct a 60 degrees to the right side. So you should draw an arc to the right side. This is your arc to the right side. Right. Make sure your arc intersects with this horizontal line. Cut this horizontal line. So because this point is necessary, then you come to this point at the intersection of arc and the horizontal line without changing radius of this canvas, of your canvas. Then draw another arc to intersect with the first arc. So join these 2 points, this point at the intersection of 2 arcs and this point which will be the origin of 60 degrees. Right. This is an angle of 60 degrees to the right side. Let's construct the 60 degrees to the left side of this point. So I want to construct an angle of 60 degrees to the left side of this point. Open radius of your choice. Right. Then you come to this point which will be origin of 60 degrees. Draw an arc to the left side because you want to construct 60 degrees to the left side. This is an arc to the left side of this point. Come to the point where your arc intersects with the horizontal line. Without changing radius, draw another arc. Join the point at the intersection of 2 arcs and the origin of 60 degrees. This is 60 degrees to the left side. Let's move on to construction of 90 degrees. So I want to construct 90 degrees at the point marked A. So for you to construct 90 degrees, you start by constructing a line such that the point A is the center of that line. Open radius of your choice. Right. Arc to the left side of that point and arc to the right side of that point. Right. This line from this arc to the left side to the arc to the right side to the arc at the right side of this point is a line such that the point A is a center. So from there you come to this point at the left and open the radius which is above half. Remember, point A is the midpoint of this line, so make sure your arc should be more than half. So this is more than half, doesn't matter. So you construct arc above that line and below that line. Unfortunately, my paper is a bit small, but I think it will be sufficient. Then you come to the left, to the right side, arc above, arc below. That's sufficient. So you have to come up with the intersection of two arcs above that line and intersection of two arcs below this line, and then join the intersection of two arcs above that line and intersection of two arcs below that line. Your line should pass through the point A, which is the center. Right, this is 90 degrees at point A. If you measure this angle, come up with 90 degrees. This is how we construct an angle of 90 degrees, either to the right side or to the left side. We have 90 degrees to the right, also to the left side you come up with 90 degrees. Okay, let's do the angle bisection. So I want to construct a bisector of an angle. Bisector is a line which divides angle into two equal halves. In this case, we want to bisect this angle, that is to come up with a line which divides this angle into two equal halves. So you come to the point which is an origin of this angle. You draw arc which cuts two lines forming this angle. Right, this is the arc we want to come up with. From there, you come at the intersection of arc and first line. Then you draw an arc even without changing radius. Then you come to the second point at the intersection of arc and line. Draw another arc to intersect with the first arc. Then join the point at the intersection of two arcs and the origin of the angle. And the origin of angle, this is an angle bisector. So it means if this angle is equal to this angle, these two angles are equal. In other words, this angle is half of this whole angle. If this angle was 60 degrees, this angle should be 30 degrees. Also, the angle, this one should be 30 degrees. Bisection of angle is very useful. We use it to construct an angle of 45 degrees and an angle of 30 degrees. Let's construct an angle of 30 degrees to the right side at this point. So for us to construct a 30 degrees, we start by constructing 60 degrees because we know that 30 degrees is half of 60 degrees. So we construct 30 degrees and bisect 30 degrees to come up, and bisect 60 degrees to come up with 30 degrees. So remember, as I said earlier, construction of 30 degrees, we construct the first arc to intersect with the horizontal. Come to this point, draw another arc, take your ruler, join these 2 points. Right, this is a 30 degree, this is 60 degrees, but we want to come up with want to construct an angle of 30 degrees. So for us to construct 30 degrees, we bisect 60 degrees. So come to this point, draw an arc to intersect which cuts the two lines forming this angle is already there. So you come to this point and draw the first arc, come to the second point, draw the second arc to intersect with the first one, join these 2 points to come up with your angle bisector. Right, the required angle is this one, which is 30 degrees to the right side. Let's construct an angle of 45 degrees. 45 degrees, an angle of 45 degrees to the right of this point. So we use the relationship 90 degrees is equal to the 45 degrees is equal to half of 90 degrees. So we start by constructing 90 degrees, then bisect 90 degrees. So for us to construct 90 degrees at this point, we draw a line such that this point is a center. We construct a line such that this point